Let's start to paint our bridge. Use magic wand to select the gray area. Then press delete to delete the gray area. Use rectangular marquee tool to draw a selection around the bridge. Then right click on the selection area and then click layer via cut. We don't need the main layer that we pasted from Blender, so I just delete it. Let's add a gray color to the background so it doesn't hurt our eyes. Hold Ctrl and click on the thumbnail of the bridge layer to select the opaque area. Then select a brown color. While the layer you want to paint over it is the active layer, here layer 3, fill it with Paint Bucket tool. Then change the color blending mode to color. Now you get the color information from the above layer, layer 3 here, and other information from the bridge layer. Then we need to edit this color. You can press Ctrl L and edit it by moving the handle, or you can use color balance, or you can use hue saturation. This is the start point, so don't waste a lot of time to specifying the exact color you want. We will later change this color if we want. To start to paint on our bridge, we need to merge these two layers. Use Ctrl E or layer merge layers. Now we have a single layer and we can paint on it. In other video, I have explained how to paint wood. So let's review it again. Here I want to explain how to draw wood. Here you can see that we have two types of wood, and main difference between them is their widths. One of them is long wide wood plank, and we also have a small piece in right and left side of the cart. When you want to draw this part, you must know the difference. I categorize the detail in three categories. 1 inner wood pattern, 2 outer wood pattern or damage, and 3 wood knots. When you want to draw a long wood plank, add inner wood pattern, outer wood pattern, and wood knots. Here you can see I had drawn inner wood pattern like river on the ground, outer wood pattern which start from the side and go inside like a damage. You can imagine you penetrate to the wood with a small axe or a small knife. And finally, wood knots. When you want to draw wood knots, avoid drawing several circles around the same center. Instead, try to draw a line like a river that are moving around the stone and passing it. And for this part, wood plank with narrow widths, avoid to draw inner wood pattern and outer wood pattern at the same size. Instead, draw long inner wood pattern like long river and a small outer wood pattern like damage. Now let's paint on our bridge. I choose hard run pressure size brush while the brush tip is hard and shape dynamic is set to pen pressure. Whenever I need to, I can turn on or off the transfer and set the opacity to pen pressure. It will give me more control on my line. I start to paint wood knots on the side of the wood. Then I add inner wood pattern. I try to clean up the painting. Whenever it makes sense, add outer wood pattern, or you can think it as damage. Try to avoid a straight line. When it makes sense, raise the side of the wood. You can also add small lines to show the texture of the wood. Add highlight beside the pattern that we are drawing. It will create local contrast so the wood will look more believable. I use the same technique to paint over this small wood that hold the ropes. The only thing has left is to add rope. Select pen tool and add an arc around the wood. Use the handle to control the curve of the path. Then select a stroke path. Duplicate the rope and try to fit it on other piece. Connect the line. If you hold shift, you can paint a straight line with brush tool. I use this technique to paint a straight rope around the small wood. We are almost done. I just paint a contact shadow beneath the wood. As I explained earlier, I duplicate this piece. You can see that you can make a bridge as long as you want by just copy and put it beside each other. And for the other side, I copy and duplicate the left side and I bring it to the right side.